What's up everybody, Kyle here at Let's Talk Wax. In this video we're going to be taking a look at my 2024 Bowman Chrome Team Break Guide, and this is set to release on September 11th, and I've got all the teams ranked for you, as well as which prospects have a first Chrome and a first Chrome Auto, and also a rank for each of those prospects as well. As you can see here, I have a first Chrome slot, a first Auto slot, a Let's Talk Wax rank slot. There are some non-first autos in this release, and there are some rookie card autos as well. If you guys are looking for a further breakdown of all the prospects on this release, I did put out a top 25 video for that last week. You can find a link to that in the video description, and you can also check out my complete breakdown over on Patreon. I'll put a link to that in the video description as well. Now, before we get into this actual break guide, my Let's Talk Wax ranking is based on a tier system. Elite is the highest tier, and next would be 1. They are based on different ceilings. I'm going to put a graphic up for that right now so you can see it and take a screenshot of it, and then you'll be able to know what these Let's Talk Wax ranks mean. If you guys watch a lot of my videos, I do breakdowns on those as well. But we're going to kick this thing off. I'm not going to go, like I said, into too much detail with each prospect here. It's going to be more of an overlook of the teams that you guys might want to chase, and the teams that are probably going to be expensive, the teams that are probably going to be cheap, and just kind of a graphic organizer for you guys that are jumping into team breaks. We're going to start with the Angels, who are pretty bad. Their best first auto is going to be Haswa Lugo with a number 3. You also got Noah Shonowell rookie card autographs with them. The Astros are okay simply because they have a lot of players with a first auto. You can see they've got 6 guys here with first autos. Nobody ranks any better than a 4.5, which is not great, but like I said, there are a plethora of autos here to be pulled out of the Houston Astros. There's 6 autos in that team. The A's are absolutely awful. They've got Darling Fernandez, who's a 4.5, and they've got Miles, Naylor, and Ramon Landieta non-first autos as well. So not a whole lot going for the A's. Definitely going to be a cheap team, and definitely going to be a team that you don't want to pull in a random, along with the Blue Jays, who have Andres Arias as their only autograph at number 4, Let's Talk Wax rank of 4, and Davis Schneider as a rookie card autograph. Coming from the Braves, we've got Jose Perdomo, who I've got ranked as a Let's Talk Wax rank of 3. He is one of the higher ranked international prospects according to MLB.com, but he's played over a very small sample size this past year, the DSL, so it's really hard to see where he could possibly go in the future. Just not enough at-bats right now at the moment. But he could be one of the top chases in this release, specifically because he's a top-ranked international prospect in that 2024 class with MLB.com. So the Braves are going to be okay with Perdomo, who could have a pretty high value on release, but the rest is not that good. There's 3 other autos here, 2 7s, which are not good at all. These are guys that to have a 7 on release, they've got to have pretty bad numbers. These are some guys who have probably struggled in the DSL over multiple years, or just have really bad numbers in low A. So 7s are actually on my chopping block as a Let's Talk Wax rank, and I don't cover those on my autograph checklist breakdowns. So 7's really bad. The Brewers are okay for me. Josh Adamseski is probably one of the bigger sleeper prospects in this release. I do think that he could have some upside. I don't think he's got superstar upside or, maybe super impact big leaguer, but he does have some really good numbers right now in the minors. And like I said, if you guys want to get a more in-depth breakdown of all the prospects, my top 25 video is in the video description. I'll put a link to that. Jackson Chourio is probably the big one right here. He does have a rookie card autograph with the Brewers, so that's going to put them into the okay territory. Juan Baez is another 3, so the Brewers aren't too bad of a team if you grab them in a random, and they probably could be they're probably going to be a little cheaper because there's not a whole lot of bangers in the first Chrome category, but people are probably going to be trying to chase this Jackson Chourio card. Cardinals are awful. They've got 1 auto. It's a 7. Not even going to worry about covering them. Hopefully you don't get them in a random. Now, if you guys enjoy this video and you want to unlock some of my exclusive content, be sure to check out my Patreon page. I'll put a link to it in the video description. I have first Chrome and first autograph Bowman checklist breakdowns for all releases from 2019 to the present, including my 2024 Bowman Chrome autograph checklist breakdown that breaks down every prospect with a first Chrome or a first Chrome auto. I've got team break guides just like this from all releases from 2020 to the present. I have my Juggernaut prospect rankings that are stat base ranks for every prospect in the minor leagues right now, and it's sorted by player and by rank as well. So if you have a player that you collect and you want to take a look at him, you can find him sorted by player, and you can also see the top 100, the top 200, or whatever you want to do with those. They have the rankings for all players over there on my Juggernaut system. I have a top 100 Bowman Chrome autos under $50 list that I updated about a month ago, a top 100 Bowman Chrome autos list that I put out every year following the season, and we've also got a private Discord server with lots of great stuff over there and information with 400 plus active members. So if you guys want to help support the channel and unlock some exclusive content, be sure to check out my Patreon page. I'll put a link to it in the video description. The Cubs are bad. They've got Fernando Cruz at number 3, a first Chrome and an auto. That's the only guy. And we've got 2 rookie card autos over here as well. The D-backs are okay simply because they have a plethora of autographs that you can pull, kind of like the Houston Astros look. They do have Yasel Soler, and he does have some upside. He's probably the best by far on this D-backs team break. So, Abdias De La Cruz is a non-first auto, but like I said, kind of like the Houston Astros, they've got 5 autos you can pull in that team, and they probably aren't going to be very expensive because there's no real studs per se in that team. There's definitely Soler is going to headline the D-backs for sure. The Dodgers are absolutely great. And there's 2 teams that are kind of outliers on this release. It's the Dodgers and the Texas Rangers. The Texas Rangers maybe a little more so than the Dodgers. But those are going to be the 2 teams that are going to carry the most, the highest cost in my opinion, and they're going to be your best draws because they've got a lot of high-level prospects, and they could be outliers price-wise just because of how good they are. Now, I'm not saying they have some absolute future big leaguers. I'm just saying compared to other teams, this isn't a very strong release right now, in my opinion. And having like 3s and 2.5s and even 2s on this release as Let's Talk Wax rank is a pretty strong rank for this release. There are no elites. There are no 1s. I think I only have one 1.5 that we haven't gotten to yet. But there are not a lot of highly ranked prospects as far as Let's Talk Wax rank goes on this release. Like I said, I think it's a little soft right now. Not really sure where it will go because the players are so young, but I talk a lot more about that in my top 25 video. You can go check that out. So we've got the big ones here are Lorenzo, Perez, and Morales. Medina's a 3, and you also have the Yamamoto autograph. So a lot going on here. Lorenzo hit like 20 home runs in 2023, and he's having a decent year this year in 2024, but he's one of the more high-profile prospects, I think, in this release. And you've got Emil Morales, who's going to be a really high-profile guy. These are guys that are going to be pretty hyped up, especially even in Draw Perez. There are going to be some hyped-up guys coming out of this release, and to pull the Dodgers and have about 4 guys who are going to be pretty dang expensive on day 1. That's definitely a team you want to get in a random. So the Giants, we've got Lisbel Diaz, and he was on my top 25 list. All 4 of the Dodgers players were on my top 25 list. Diaz made my top 25. All the guys that had a rank of 3 or lower, so the 3s, the 2.5s, 2s, and the 1.5s. All those guys are on my top 25, and you can catch a better breakdown on that video for sure. Marco Luciano, I'm not even sure if it's going to be worth pulling his rookie card anymore. Maybe a year or 2 ago when he was a big-time prospect in the minors, it would have been worth a little more. But right now, his kind of future is up in the air. I'm not really sure what's going to happen with Luciano. He has trouble staying healthy and strikes out a lot. So Diaz is going to headline the Giants in this release. The Guardians are awful. The Mariners are awful, so not a lot to talk about there. Manzardo definitely is going to headline the Guardians, and there's nobody worth really going after as far as first Chromes go, or no rookie card autographs for the Mariners. The Marlins are bad. They've got Andres Valor. Now, he could be a bit of a sleeper as well. He's definitely somebody that I'm going to keep an eye on in this release, as he progresses maybe in 2025 to see how he does. But he's having a pretty solid season in 2024. Go check the breakdown over on the other video. I do cover him a little bit, and also over on Patreon, my complete breakdown with all these prospects on it. The Mets are going to be great. I forgot to mention them in the beginning, but they're great more or less because they have a ton of autographs. You're only going to see Jeremy Rodriguez here, the highest ranking one. He's a 2. And the rest are ranked either 4 or lower. So like I said, this is not going to be strong in terms of the quality of prospects. It's going to be strong in terms of the quantity of prospects. And there's only 3 guys who have a first chrome and auto. But like I said, you're looking at what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 guys in this group here with an auto. So definitely going to be great in that aspect because you have a really good chance to pull an auto with him. But Jeremy Rodriguez is clearly the favorite out of this group, and it's not even close. He was one of my favorites in my top 25. You got the Ronnie Mauricio rookie card auto as well. The Nationals are bad. They've got my man Gavin Dugas from LSU, but he does not qualify for my content due to his age. He's over the age of 24, and there's not a lot going on anywhere else inside the first chrome category with some 4s here. The Orioles are good, and it's solely in part to this rookie card checklist. We're looking at Jordan Westburg, Jackson Holliday, Heston Kjerstad, who was actually just optioned to AAA, I think a couple of weeks or maybe even days ago. It was recent. But that's what's going to kind of hold this team in good standing is the rookie card autograph checklist. Leo DeVries is going to be the big chase, I think, here without an absolute doubt. He's the highest ranking prospect on my list. I also think that he's got some of the highest upside as far as just tools go and power, and just the ceiling of his bat, I think, is pretty high. But we really don't know until these guys get to like high A or double A how they're going to pan out. But Leo DeVries is going to be a very expensive auto on release day. And Romeo Sanabria, he just got promoted to double A earlier in the month, and he's actually swinging a pretty hot bat right now. So 2 guys that are pretty solid right there. DeVries does have the first chrome and auto, and Sanabria only has the first auto. And if you look over here in the rookie card autographs, you've got Jackson Merrill, who, man, you think Paul Skeens is a lock for NL Rookie of the Year this year, but man, Jackson Merrill's been so good. And there's a lot of talk about, Paul Skeens only pitching every 5th day and Jackson Merrill playing every day. So not really sure what's going to happen, but Jackson Merrill's having an amazing rookie season. So that's going to be a big card going into this release as well. I think his first chrome autos raw are selling for like $125 to $130 right now. So his stuff is really hot. Actually, I take that back. They aren't first chrome autos. He had a first chrome card in 2021 Bowman draft. The picture on the card wasn't even actually him. And in 2022, they gave him a Bowman Chrome autograph card, but does not have the first insignia, of course, because the player that was not the wrong player in his 2021 draft card was his first. So you really don't have an opportunity to get a true first chrome of Jackson Merrill because, like I said, the 2021 draft card's not him and the 2022 Bowman's not a first. But whatever, I have a couple of Jackson Merrills from 2022 Bowman Chrome, a couple autos. So definitely going to hold on to them for a little bit for now. Eduardo Taiit, probably one of my favorites in this release. I think he's got a pretty good high ceiling bat. Another guy that's in the low minors, playing at a very young level, and I think he was in low A this year at about 18 years old, and just a guy that I kind of like out of this release for sure. The Pirates are going to be awful. You can see the reasons why there. There's not a whole lot going on. The Rangers, here we are, great. They've got 7 autographs. They've got a 2.5 in Braylon Morrell. He's going to be very popular in this release. Cedric Vargas is going to be very popular in this release. He's the Let's Talk Wax rank of 2. And we've got Paulino Santana is going to be popular in this release as well. Curly Martha, kind of a fringe guy, and Pablo Guerrero, kind of a fringe guy. But some big names in the first chrome and first auto department. You can see here, too, that 5 of the 7 autos actually have first chromes as well. So you got a really good chance of pulling some stuff there and pulling some stuff of guys with high ranks at the current moment of this release. You've got the Evan Carter rookie card, Jack Leiter rookie card, and Wyatt Langford rookie card autos as well. So the Rangers are going to be a loaded team in this one. I put the Rays as awful because they don't have any first chromes or first autos, but they have Meade, who I think could be a big sleeper if he gets some playing time in 2025, and Junior Caminero, of course. Everybody knows what he's about. He's one of the top-ranked prospects in baseball for a couple years now, and just got called up to the major leagues, I think, about 3 weeks ago. So big exciting news for him, but the Rays just don't have anything as far as Bowman prospecting goes. They just have these rookie cards over here. The Red Sox are awful. They've got some really bad ranking guys. The Reds are good, and it's more so kind of like the Astros. They've got a ton of players here who rank, they've got a ton of guys that have autos, but not a lot of them are ranked very high. The 3.5s are decent ranks. They're kind of just like fringy guys, not really sure if they're going to be decent or bad or what's going on. But when we get to like the 3s and the 2.5s and the 2s, that's when I start to get kind of interested in players. You've got the Elly De La Cruz rookie card autograph for the Reds, which does help them out a little bit there. Colorado Rockies are okay because of volume rather than quality. The Royals are awful. The Tigers are okay. They've got the Colt Keith rookie card autograph and more volume here than quality with these players. We've got the Twins, who are okay. They've got Eduardo Beltre at 2.5. Could be a pretty decent chase in this release. The White Sox, just like their current record in this release, they are awful with 2 players, a 4 and a 5. The Yankees are okay. They've got the Dominguez rookie card autographs. They've got the Ben Rice first chromes. Ben Rice does not have a first chrome auto on this. He's a first chrome only, unless that was a mistake on the checklist. They would be ranked a little bit better, I think, if he had a first chrome auto. I mean, the guy plays for the Yankees and starts at first base, so he would probably be a pretty cool card for a pretty popular card on release. But the other stuff they got going on here, 2 6s, a 5, and Caleb Durbin at 3.5. Just not a whole lot going on there besides the Ben Rice and the Jason Dominguez. But like I said, you've got the chance to pull 5 autos out of this group. So that's going to wrap this up. If you guys want to find a hard copy of this, you can go over to my Patreon page and get the hard copy. I do team break guides for all releases all the way back to 2019. So if you guys like the break, there's lots of information over there. But I appreciate all the views, and I appreciate all my level 3 Patreon supporters. You guys rock. If you enjoy this content, don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to check out my top 25 for this release video. I'll put a link to that in the description as well.